Good evening, everybody. Welcome to CW Broadcast, a very special episode for our processing and distribution members in Royal Mail. Delighted to have with us on that basis our National Officer Davie Robertson. How are you doing, Davie?
Good, Chris, and again, delighted to have the opportunity to talk to our members.
Brilliant, buddy. So, I think there can't be a member in the country who perhaps doesn't know what this dispute is about and how important is voting yes, but as in every ballot, we will have tens of thousands of people who have voted by now, but we'll have thousands of people who, for many reasons, haven't voted yet. So we wanted to take the opportunity to make sure that we had as much specific and tailored communications as possible. So thanks for you taking the time to join us, Davie. Our processing and distribution members then, another group of members, much like Parcel Force we spoke about earlier on, who Royal Mail try and say, I'm not sure this is anything to do with you, but quite clearly is when you look at that raft of issues, site closures, later start times, duty changes, job cuts, redundancies. I mean, a massive issues there. But I want to give you the chance, I'm going to put a few of those questions to you, but first of all, give you the chance to set the scene on the importance of our processing distribution members voting yes in this ballot.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. And I mean, it's nothing to smile about, but I almost smiled there when you suggested the Royal Mail would countenance that our processing members or distribution members are not part of this dispute. I mean, I think our processing members in particular at this time are under a level of attack that we've never seen before. And that relates to all the topics you spoke about there, to attendance patterns, to earnings packages, to job security. We're seeing an enormous attack in our mail centres from a company who effectively are saying we no longer negotiate with the union in the workplace. We will impose change, and if you don't like that change, well, you know where the door is. The level of attacks are just outrageous, and the sort of list of issues that we're dealing with as part of this dispute represent a significant threat to all of our members in every function, but particularly in mail centres. And we're seeing that just now with the huge headcount reductions that the company's attempting to impose by executive action. And let's not forget, coming sharp down the line after that, we'll have the Midland Hub and the impacts of that. In distribution and mail centres, we've got the position that the company is currently taking on what they're calling the network window or the processing window, and deferring that by up to 3 hours. And that could have significant impacts on job security in mail centres, but also attendance patterns and job security in distribution. For our members in air hubs, it's a significant threat. So there is no part of this business that's not under attack from an employer who's clearly trying to reinvent the relationship with the CWU. And I have to say that reinvention would manifest itself as they don't want one. But probably worse than that, absolutely reinventing the relationship with their employees. And the way you're being treated just now is an absolute disgrace. And I don't think anybody, from the chair of a select committee to somebody, a neighbour you talk to in the street, would have any other view. The way you're being treated is a disgrace. So now is the time. We have to go again. The law says we reballot, so we're reballoting. But this is an opportunity. It's not I don't see it as an obstacle. This is an opportunity now to refocus the dispute, to reinvigorate our members to go again, because this is now the crucial focus point. If we can go again, we have hurt the company up to this point, but we need to deliver an acceptable outcome. And the only way we do that is with the support of the members and delivering yet another fantastic yes vote.
Spot on, Davie. I want to talk about the issue of trust. We've had it, right across all of the functions in the business units where Royal Mail have been saying one thing and doing another. So, for example, I know you, Mark, and all of the other officers have talked about the pipeline changes Royal Mail want to make, and that would knock onto every single function. So, Royal Mail have obviously been semi-upfront with that in deliveries, but have been saying to our other, it's not really going to affect you. But what we're seeing in, revision proposals and executive action in mail centres, in distribution, in RDCs, air hubs, etc., is the exact opposite of that. They do want to change people's shift times. They do want to change the content of their duties. I mean, what I want to just really put the question to you that there is an element here of trust, of people with that ballot paper got to make their minds up. Do they trust their union or do they trust the company?
Absolutely. And look, the issue of trust is an issue for every one of us in this organisation. Could I say, or could any other officer say just now, if we are sitting across the table, collective bargaining on behalf of our members, that we trust the people who we are trying to negotiate with? Well, no, I can't say that, because the truth of the matter is we are negotiating with people who are currently ripping up or ignoring every national agreement we've got. So that in itself absolutely affects trust. Could I ask a rep in a mail centre or a rep in a VOC or an air hub to trust their manager when effectively we're being told new revisions will be implemented by executive action, and no, you can't have a say, no, you can't negotiate a different outcome, no, you will have to accept the position, then no, I couldn't say to anybody, trust the person that you negotiate with, because the environment Royal Mail are creating just now is one where trust is an alien concept. It's one where command is a concept that the business want to land. They don't want the CWU influencing the outcome. They don't want the CWU to be a stakeholder. And listen, I understand for some of our members, there may be a view, well, that's a problem for the union, but it's not a problem for me, except that it is. Because what the CWU has done better, I think, than any other union over recent years is protect our members in the workplace. We've been influential in the workplace. We've been able to manage and control change in the workplace. And that's what the business are now adamant they intend to remove. So it is everybody's fight. But trust, the only way trust can be rebuilt is through actions. Trust's a funny thing. It can take years to build and can be destroyed in a second. It has absolutely been destroyed just now. And the only way that Royal Mail can rebuild that trust is by acting in a proper manner. And that's what this dispute is about. You are being treated disgracefully. I've said it before, I'll say it again. And the only way that Royal Mail convince us that they're serious about a deal is to step back from some of these real aggressive stances that they're taking and properly negotiate with the trade union, both at national level and in the workplace, and also treat their employees, our members, with the proper dignity and respect that I have to say you've earned over a lifetime of service to the company in many cases. So trust is a huge issue.
Thanks, Dave. I want to give you a final opportunity, really, to just, we've seen some great gate meetings right across this ballot in all of the areas that you represent. We're talking about here, the mail centres and the distribution hubs and the VOCs, the air hubs, etc. We're all doing a fantastic job. And the majority, I would dare say, of our members would have already voted at this point, but some wouldn't have for various reasons. Just give you that chance to just say it out to members on National Get the Vote Out Day, how important it is that within the next week they fill out and return that ballot paper.
Oh, it's crucial, Chris. It's absolutely crucial. And I think the funny sort of thing is, and again, funny isn't the right word, but I think it's evident, isn't it? As time's gone on, and I know there's always a view, our members have been magnificent. They have supported the trade union and supported themselves throughout this dispute. I've been, odd on picket lines through the dispute. The level of camaraderie, solidarity that our members have shown, and the level of awareness about what this dispute is about. But if anybody was in any doubt before, I think we've seen the actions probably in the last 6-8 weeks, maybe before Christmas and through January, where the company has just, gone the extra mile. They are now unleashing their vision for the future on our members. And I've got to say, I can't believe there's a single one of our members who's looking at what goes on and says, that's the future for me. There is only one option here, and that is to continue to say to Royal Mail Group, we don't accept your vision for the future. In fact, we're abhorred by it. We don't believe that you're treating people with proper dignity and respect. In fact, your attitude towards your own employees is frankly disgraceful. So we know we do it. We leave it on the mantelpiece. It goes down the back of the couch. is sitting in the dog's bed. Go find that ballot paper if you've misplaced it. Put the cross in the box, get it in the envelope and send it back. If you have voted, and well, if management allow you to talk to anybody anymore, but you will have a chance to speak to your mates, during the course of the day, and just have that chat. Are we happy with our lot? Do we believe that Royal Mail have the best intentions for our future? And if the answer is no, then say to your mate, talk to your pal, talk to your colleague and say, get the ballot filled in. I don't want anybody with regrets when this ballot closes, saying we weren't part of this, because I don't see this, we said earlier, I don't see this as an obstacle. This is an opportunity to refocus the dispute, to refocus our energies, to absolutely refocus the company's view by saying to them, 6 months in to a very bitter dispute, we still ain't having it. We're not going to accept your vision for the future. It's wrong. It will destroy the company. We are going to resist. We are going to stand together in solidarity and deliver a better future for Royal Mail and for all the CWU members that work in it. So get it filled in, get it back. Let's do it again.
Thank you, Davie. Brilliant. So clear as it can be there for you, processing distribution members, get the vote back and back your union.